Mrs. Buttersworth is an American brand of syrups and pancake mixes owned by Conagra Foods. The syrups are known to come in distinctive bottles, shaped in the form of a woman, Mrs. Buttersworth. But there is a problem. The issue with this packaging is that the bottle is reminiscent of a mammy figure, which reinforces racial stereotypes about black women. The word mammy comes from the black slave women who were tasked with domestic and child care work in the white American slaveholding households.
With that being said, the company does have a lot of strengths. They have a strong brand portfolio. They're a very recognized brand and used by many, and they're very respectable. They have a high level of customer satisfaction. The brand is dedicated to their customers and achieve very high level of satisfaction among their current customers and also well known among potential customers. They have reliable suppliers. They have a strong base of suppliers of raw materials, and also they have a strong dealer community. The distributor and dealers where the dealers not only promote companies' products, but they also invest in training for the company. But they do have some weaknesses. Financial planning is poor. They don't seem to spend their cash in the right places and aren't spending it effectively. The marketing of the product could be improved. They aren't getting out to the right people, and they aren't getting out to potential customers that could be using the product. The days in inventory is high. A lot of the product is sitting on shelves, what requires a lot of capital to invest in the company. And they don't have a very good success rate at integrating different cultures. They're good at integrating small companies, but fail when they're working with different work culture. Some opportunities in the market include the new branding and the new look can bring in new customers that were not attracted to the old look and old bottle shape. It can also gain the respect of the old customers because it'll know that the company is fighting against racial injustice. Technology advances are very good, and they can bring very good market share to the company. And also, they've been able to decrease cost of transportation. We can put money in their pockets and benefit the customers to gain market share. There are some threats in the market. There are many competitors in the market. They don't hold the highest share in the market. That belongs to Aunt Jemima. But they do hold about 30% of the market, ahead of store-bought brands. Another thing is raw material prices are going up, which makes making the product getting more and more difficult. And people can also be thrown off by the bottle shape just because of the racial injustice it includes. So until they change their bottle, it's going to make customers wary of using their product ever again.
A DuPont analysis can be used to compare the profitability, efficiency, and leverage of one company to another or performance of the same company from one year to the next. The model can also be used to highlight how functional areas decisions can impact profitability, efficiency, leverage, ROA, and ROE. In this slide, we talk about the 3-year DuPont analysis of Conagra Brands, the owner of Mrs. Butterworth. They're also the brand owner of Slim Jim, Duncan Hines, Hunt's, Reddi-wip, and Mary Callender's, among others. You see in the table total revenue, total cost, net income, and net profit, and ROA. Well, let's go over what these things mean. Total revenue is equal to the price times the quantity of the goods sold. Total cost is calculated by total fixed cost plus average variable cost per unit times quantity of units produced. Net income is the total revenue minus total expenses. Net profit is the total revenue minus total costs. And ROA equals net income divided by total assets. As you can see from the table below, from 2018 to 2020, total revenue and net profit increased dramatically. But return of assets actually decreased from 2018 to 2020, where in 2018, return on assets was 7.78%, while in 2020, it was a mere 3.77%, when the revenue in 2020 was 11 billion actually, and the revenue in 2018 was only 7 billion.
Some possible solutions to this issue is to completely rebrand the company. One way to do this is to get rid of the bottle shapes and change it into something consumer friendly. Also get rid of the name. With this product, the name and item is almost married to each other. When you think of Mrs. Buttersworth, you think of the syrup and the way the syrup is packaged. A name change and look would be several steps in the positive direction. Rebuild the brand image and equity. The reason is because the brand image is what we think of the product before and not to reuse it. So with rechanging the look and name of the bottle, we look at this product with more of a positive connotation and be more comfortable buying it. And when this is done, the reputation will also begin to build. Another solution is to focus on building trust with the consumers. Assure them as a company that you care about them and the struggles that they are facing. A couple of quotes from the PR of Conagra on this issue is, "It's heartbreaking and unacceptable that racism and racial injustice exist around the world." Another is that we will be a part of the solution. Let's work together to progress towards change. And another is that we stand in solidarity with our Black and brown communities. The last point is trust. Because when the trust is built again, it will once establish consumer loyalty, and that will help increase sales. The best solution for this problem is a complete rebrand. Completely get rid of the bottles and name and try to erase the negative from the consumer's mind. Come up with a new packaging idea and name that will make consumers comfortable with buying the syrup and establish brand equity again.